What you never want to do again is add lean angle and throttle at the same time. So as you're approaching a corner, right, you're using your brakes, you're slowing down, you're downshifting, all of the above, one of them. It all depends on the pace and how much you have to slow down. But either way, you get your slowing down done first. Then after your steering input, so say you're going to the right, you push on the right handlebar or you pull left or both, right? Counter steer, get the bike to lean. So after your steering input, that's when you could crack open the throttle a little bit. Now, depending on the corner, if it's like a 90-degree turn, right after you crack open the throttle and you get the bike to lean, after maybe a, half second, the bike is already facing pretty much in the right direction, and you could start to stand the bike up and take away lean angle. Then you could really start to and roll on the throttle. But if it's a big 180-degree turn, once you get the steering input done and the bike's leaned over, then you can kind of crack open the throttle a little bit just to maintain your speed, and then you're going to have to wait a little bit. It might be a second, it might be 2 seconds, depending on how big the corner is. But you're going to want to wait with just maintenance throttle. That means just to maintain the speed all the way until you get around the corner, the bike's facing the right direction, and then you start to accelerate only when you can start to take away the lean angle as you start to stand the bike up and out of the corner. But I just went to the track this past Monday, and I've seen a lot of people do this, and luckily, the only thing that happened to them is a couple people went off the track, but it could have been bad very, very quickly. So I've seen riders right in front of me. So they're going through the corner. The bike isn't able to take away lean angle yet. They're still leaning, and they even started to add lean angle and throttle at the same damn time. I'm like, oh my God, this is about to be bad. And then they just went wider and wider and wider, because when you start to accelerate, the bike wants to go straight. Right? The weight goes to the rear, the front end gets light. So then if you're adding lean angle and you're adding throttle at the same time, I was like, oh my God, this guy's about to high side himself, low side himself. He's about to crash bad. And then sure enough, they're adding throttle, but they didn't make the turn yet. They weren't patient and didn't let the bike turn and get pointed in the right direction. They weren't able to stand the bike up before they really started to accelerate, and they went off the track. Like, I saw 3 people right in front of me. I'm sure there were more that happened. I just wasn't aware of it. But just in my sessions, in my group, 3 people right in front of me went completely off the track because of this simple concept. You never, ever add throttle and lean angle at the same time. Wait till the bike is leaned, then you can kind of crack it open. And if you could stand the bike up, say you're on the track and you're at full lean, right? You're elbow dragging, whatever. You're full lean. When you're that far leaned over, you can only use a tiny bit of gas, right? Because it's so much lean angle. But if you could take away that lean angle all the way to upright in a half of a second, that means you could also go from a little bit of throttle to full throttle in the same half second, as long as you add throttle as the bike is standing up. So it's just equal, right? Champ School explains this perfectly with the 100 points of grip. If you're leaned over 99 points, you only have 1 point to do anything. If you're leaned over 0 points, you have 100 points to give it gas. So as you take away the lean angle, as you stand the bike up, right? But never, ever add lean angle and throttle at the same time.